Ready? Oh, well, hello. Good morrow, fine fuckers. Again. Or, I feel like I just said this.
Deja vu.
No idea. Just ignore me. But don't, because we're talking about good shit.
Yeah. Money. Help.
Charity.
Yes.
Stuff. Auction things.
Yes.
Insert words. That's Grundle. This is his chair. It was made by Printing Magical Creations with April. And actually, it really is
That's his little throat.
It is actually. And Rundle has been amazing. I literally, his trailer made me cry earlier. They did such a good job.
Absolutely. I've been so impressed. Even with the technical difficulties in this first time, it has been amazing because it's just more entertaining for you out there. And we're laughing here too, freaking out, but we're laughing, hopefully you're having some fun too and helping out doing our done. So we thank you. We thank you for joining us and for this ride and having some fun.
Well, and it's been obviously very watching the guys rush around in their costumes.
We never know what they're going to come out with next. And it's like you turn around and you see a dinosaur or a chicken or something. Oh, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So we hope you're having fun with us.
Yes. And if you have questions about any of the fun characters,
that so they have backstory.
They do. Actually, they do. You might even see them at here goes. Perhaps even. Yeah, you'll just have to see who actually shows up because clearly there's an array. So let us know in the comments who your favorite one has been.
So be able to convince those characters to show up.
To put a word in.
Yeah.
You know.
Being in there, are these
If you have been joining us today and you sent in donations, thank you again so much. We'll go over the update very shortly here. And some things to kind of keep in mind that this is going to be, and we really are really excited to see the items here later. One of the things that Chris Davis designed from houses. So certain things are geared towards certain specific items, which we will go over, but they were hand done and speaking from personal experience. You touch them, you feel it. Or, yep. Or if the goal is for you not to, everything looks right. So some of the stuff that we have tonight is really other parts of it are pieces of SMX history, SMX lore. The Steam deck is going to be on the auction block tonight. It's all to make sure that just as a reminder, the first 500 goes to the family. And another reminder, 3 of the mechanics said if you $100, that was Steve, that you would match that donation from the first. We have 4. Oh, wow. That is new. So we actually have 4 mechanics that will be matching. So the first 100 was Steve, which we have met. Second 100 was MJ, which we have met. Third one is going to be Harry. So we're not quite there yet. I don't believe. Where are we at MJ? 440. That's with the matches? Yes. Perfect. Okay. So right now we are sitting at $241. And once that 300 there is that. So that's so that 400 Soft Pikachu face.
See, you weren't in there. So,
Yeah. So we actually have four separate members of the team are matching their own money makes this. So if you guys pitch in, that mechanic will match. So first $500, you have four mechanics will match with this. Bring it. So thank you guys so much.
Microphone's died.
Hello again.
hello there.
We're making it happen.
We're doing it, y'all. That
On
is
the fly, by the seat of our pants, but by
we're doing
George,
it.
we're there.
Yes. And just as a reminder, you know, a lot of this is being done for the first time by us.
Yes.
So thank you guys for your patience. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you guys for the shares. Thank you guys for the interaction. Because the goal here is to actually do a little bit of good. First $500 that you guys raise, 400 of it will be matched by different mechanics.
So we have the potential to send this family, by the end of the night, almost $1,000. So if you guys can hit the 500 mark, we will be sending $900 overall.
Right. And this
And-
family is in desperate need. It will be greatly appreciated.
And if you guys donate more than $500, that next 500, so 501 to right at 1,000 is going to be a fundraiser for the team to help us make sure that we can reach the people that need us to go to home cases, that need us to go to certain things, that need that help and don't have the ability to do it too. So please do keep that in mind too, guys. And then once we hit $1,001, everything
Everything else.
after that goes to the family.
Okay.
So depending on how much we raise tonight, this family could actually be getting a lot more than just the 900. The 500 that's going to be raised by you guys, hopefully, fingers crossed. And the 400 that's being matched by four separate mechanics. Everything after 1,000.
Also goes directly to them.
It goes directly to them.
Yes.
It goes directly to them.
Likes.
Yes. Yes.
So thanks for sitting in, guys. I don't have a costume. That's not usually my shtick. But Grundle, do you have anything to say, man?
You could just fuck everybody up if someone caught an EVP of Grundle.
That would be awesome. Let us know if you do.
If you guys do catch an EVP of Grundle based off of what it is that we just did, send it to us.
Yeah, pretty right.
All right.
Once Renee's having issues with EVP,
Okay.
everything's going to endure.
Well, it's okay. Technical difficulties.
You can stay here. Wow. Switching, speaking of mic.
I can do that. I
Uh-huh.
can gladly hand Stephen
We
Mike.
can do anything, especially together.
I just don't know if I'm going to be able to hear.
You probably won't.
Awesome.
So, what we might do is do a quick little interlude. Circulate
The microphone.
the microphones, check everything back in, and probably set Steve up in the other room so he can hear Keith. But Mr. Ottersberg and Cobra Paranormal will be up shortly. After that, we still do have quite a few fun things planned for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
After Keith, we have a live storyteller,
Yes.
and that's going to be pretty fucking epic too.
Mr. Kelly himself.
Kmart Kelly.
Yep.
He will be up and doing the thing.
He will be there doing the thing. Probably going to put Steve in the other room so he can hear. Yes. So, love you guys. We will see you shortly.
Stay with us.
There, we just do it this way. We're live on with Keith Ottersberg. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Please tell me that works. Is working. Can Yes. Can you hear him? Words and things.
Words and things?
Awesome. Can you turn him up just a hair? Yes. So that I can hear him? Yes.
Can you hear me now?
That is much better. All right. Switch
I can even see you.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see Steve because I've got everything over here.
I've got the Facebook Live on with the volume turned down so I can see the comments and stuff.
Good. Would it be better if I sit over there for now? I'd have to switch the camera. Gotcha. Then we'll do it like this. We will make this happen. We will make it work. Oh, is that another person? We get another person?
Yeah, I think Renee just jumped in.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. It's been all day, man.
Okay.
Are you going to video, madam? There we go. All right, so I'm going to do is, since we're doing that, I'm going to move this over. And then do this like that. I got all of y'all on the screen saying no, yes, yes. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, well, some bitch.
There's Renee. Can you hear me, Renee?
Hi. You here? Renee?
Can you hear us?
Words and things and stuff. Bear with us as we get this worked.
Are we live also right now?
Yeah, you're live.
Oh, hi everybody. Nothing like some good old technical difficulties to go along with the end of Mercury retrograde. Just went direct, but we still got the shadow period to deal with. So there's things for us to learn and meditate upon for next time. I just sent Renee a message asking if she can hear us.
And she
And she
jumps.
hopped out. I don't know. Anyway, Steve, how the hell are you?
Dressed.
I hear you. I hear you.
it's it's been a day, but it's been an awesome day. Thank you guys for uh choosing to be a part of it. Um, for those of you that don't know, Cobra Paranormal is our Nebraska affiliate. So they are our Midwest branch uh, of spirit mechanics. And it's always a wonderful thing. I always hear great and wonderful things about what it is that Keith and the gang actually are able to accomplish for families. And it's just awesome to be able to spread like a fungus, but one that you actually like.
It's that good mushroom.
And good mushroom. That kind of mushroom to give you a giggle.
Oh yeah, I've heard they will. I don't know personally, but I heard they will. Okay, I think we got things figured out. It is just going to be me. Originally, we had a few others, but sometimes life lifes, and well, life lifed. Um, like Steve mentioned, I am a member of the Spirit Mechanics. I met the Spirit Mechanics by being on the Dead Files TV show. And Amy Allen sent some very wonderful angels to help me all the way from Kentucky to Nebraska. It's what, 12 and a half hour drive.
Yeah, give or
And
take.
they showed up and I actually opened the door and let them in. That was a struggle in itself, but yeah, they came in, they did the thing, they helped me, they helped my property, they helped my home, and I'm happy for it, glad for it. Did you know the words are hard?
Words are hard, man.
Words are hard today. Been out in the garden in the sun, so my brain's
Yeah.
fried.
So, Keith, I know you've told this a million times.
Yes,
Podcasts. Mr. Ottersberg here has actually spoken with us at Scarefest,
yes.
New Jersey Para Unity. Um, he's been a part of things for a while now. But for those that are unaware, could you kind of give them an overview of your story?
Oh yeah, I can do that. I've been I used to say victim. I'm not a victim. Um, I was hit with the paranormal since I was 6 years old. That was my first extremely traumatic paranormal experience. Uh, my dad took the whole family fishing, my sisters, mom, him, me, and we went out to Rockford Lake, park in the beach area, walked down this long hill, and the outhouse is all the way on the top of the hill. We're down there fishing, and I'm 6 years old, and I got to pee. So I started heading up, and well, I waited too long because I was fishing. And so there's these bushes, and I kind of popped into the bushes and, did my little boy thing. And I saw something kind of twinkling out of the corner of my eye. Like how you're driving down the highway on a hot day and it looks like water.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of what I saw. And the next thing I know, I'm on my tail end, peeing everywhere. I got knocked down. Scared the hell out of me. I run back down after I did my pants naturally. And I didn't say nothing to nobody because I didn't know what happened. I didn't know what to say. I just sat there. And that night, mom tucked me in. And the way our house is set up was you got my bedroom, then the bathroom, and then my mom and dad's bedroom. So there's a door here and a door here going into the bathroom. And right here on the bathroom, there's two big closet doors that open up, big closet in there. And that's where the chimney was. Well, all of a sudden, the light's on in there. I'm still awake. Those doors burst open. That chimney explodes. And here's this thing in a red coat, rifle, skeleton trying to get at me. Bricks are flying everywhere. I'm trying to scream for my mom. Nothing's coming out, so I start throwing toys at it. And she hears that. She walks right through it, doesn't see it, keeps telling me there's nothing there, nothing there. Go to bed. So I climbed underneath the covers, scared little boy. That's what they do. They climb under the covers. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. Because mom left me alone. And next thing I know, I hear, you don't have to. And I said, okay. And that was it. I inadvertently, without knowing it, made a deal with something. And that was with me till 7 years ago,
Yeah, right about.
6 years ago. Um, took me till I was in my late 40s to start looking for help and asking around and looking for answers because my entire life was plagued by the paranormal that caused issues in all my relationships, family, spouse, friends, caused issues with my job. Um, and I finally got tired of it and I started looking for answers. So I had a couple paranormal teams come to my house in Beatrice and investigate. Naturally, they got evidence. They caught my son's doorknob turning and the door opening. There was nobody in the room. EVPs. My wedding ring disappeared from this house off my finger when I was in bed for 6 months. I tore the house apart. I tore the washer and dryer apart. Nothing. And then the team came down, investigated, and they got an EVP. Said, yo, let's talk. Got a minute. That's your ring. Got a minute. You got to use your tools. Okay.
That's cool.
And guess where my ring appeared? In my tools.
That's really cool.
Stuff like that. But I mean, I'd be working out in the garage and tools would get thrown at me. I'd be in one portion of the garage and it would sound like an entire shelf full of wrenches fell on the floor. Nothing's moved. Scratched. In Beatrice, I was held up by my throat against the wall with my feet about 6 inches off the ground. See it, but I still got the red marks from it to this day. Choked out. Here in this house, I just laid down and I got bull rushed by something. I saw it coming up the stairs. It was dark, but this was darker. Excuse me. And it beat the hell out of me in bed. And about 2 weeks later, did the same thing, except it dragged me by my hair down the steps and threw me on my living room floor. So yeah, I was definitely looking for answers, and I eventually started my own team, Hope Paranormal, trying to learn, and I would investigate with these other teams also to learn. They don't, like I said, they'd always get evidence, but nobody could ever seem to find the cause of my issues.
Right.
That's when I started looking at the paranormal television show. Well, maybe one of these can help. I'd be flipping through them all and nothing clicked. And I was just sitting here looking for something to watch on TV one night. And there's Amy. Her. I didn't even know what the show was. And sure enough, it was the Dead Fox. So I started reaching out to them. And it took a good 3.5 years before they finally agreed to come. And that was when I was still in Beatrice. And all of a sudden the activity stops. And they had some cases that involved some children and wanted to know if they could do those first. I'm like, absolutely, we're good here right now. Ow, hello. Ooh, somebody's talking. Anyway, then everything multiplied here, got bad, and I reached back out to them, and they had changed producers, so we had to start the whole vetting process over.
Oh,
But
that's
eventually,
rough.
finally got them here, and I am glad I kept at it. I almost gave up, but I needed to do something because if not, I probably wouldn't be here. Other people probably wouldn't be here. It would not have been a good situation. That thing had me going catch crazy. So yeah, Dead Files came. They found plenty to do the show. In fact, they had stuff happening when Steve and I were filming, and Steve said he'd never had that happen before. It was interesting enough that the camera crew just froze. They were scared. They didn't know what to do. I'm like, I told you this happens. Come on, let's go. Let's keep this going. So yeah, it was interesting. I got scratched in the basement on camera. They didn't show that in the show, but that was interesting. Stuff got thrown at us in the garage. Um, some growls in the basement. That was interesting. I'm like, see, I wasn't lying. But they do vet their clients very well. They got to make sure it's legit. They put a lot of money into that show and the travel and expense, and they got to verify that there's an issue. And it turns out I I was the issue. Amy saw it. They kept telling me, you got to move. You got to move. I'm like, no, it keeps following. I'm not moving. I'm going to stay and fight. Steve even asked me, "Are you Deshevich from the show? You're willing to give up your marriage?" I said, "No, I'm not. But it's going to end later anyway if we move. So I'm going to stay and fight." And Amy told us that one of you needs to leave because she saw a murder suicide situation. So we had Shannon move. Amy even said that Shannon's not strong enough. It had to be me to stay here. So I did, and that was living. But yeah, when we were shooting the reveal in the living room here, just to my right, and I watched her walking down the stairs, she looked at me, and you should have seen the look of horror on her face. And right then and there, I knew what the problem was. So yeah, then she understood why I refused to move. And she got on her phone underneath the table. She's not supposed to do that, so I'm not telling you this. And she reaches out to Steve. How soon can you get to Nebraska? How soon do you need us? Now.
And now it was. We were uh, literally on the road the next weekend headed his way.
Yeah. And anything to stop you guys from getting here that could happen did happen.
We were pulled over. We were stopped. There was a massive set of storms that actually came through Western Kentucky and had flooded that half of the state. Um, so literally there were entire towns that were underwater. Um, it continued to storm on our way through into Keith. Uh, there were there was a couple other things that happened. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but there was
Well,
so much. The
didn't one
storms
of the bridges
alone
get flooded out?
what was it?
Didn't one of the bridges get flooded out?
That's the other thing.
You had
Yes.
to detour?
We had to actually go around because one of the bridges across going west was literally underwater, submerged. And the one that we actually did cross, the water was literally up to uh, the uh, the barriers on the sides.
Yeah.
It we it was kind of harrowing there for a second. It was like, all right, we're going anyway, and everybody's like, we're going anyway. So the entire team was just 100% about it, and we muscled through.
Yeah, and there was a little bit here, wasn't there?
There definitely was. Like, uh, we show up, and I'm just kind of hanging out. I have a particular ritual. It's not necessarily a metaphysical thing. It's something I do at every client's house. But I'll stand outside and I'll smoke a cigarette. I wait for the client to come out and greet us. It's permission to come onto the property. It's hey, you know, you're still welcome, that kind of thing. And I'm smoking a cigarette and nothing happens. I'm smoking a cigarette, nothing happens. And then I start to go up the stairs and we're going to knock on Keith's door and he opens the door and the look on his face was, he would Spartan kick me off his porch.
He's not lying. I knew when Steve hit town. I could feel it. I knew when he hit my property. I could feel it. I knew when he was on my porch. I could feel it. And I opened the door.
He did.
The entire time, I was attempting to allow myself to open the door because It did not want me to open the door. What
It
it wanted
definitely
to do
didn't.
was knock Steve's head off into the street, and that's about a good 40 feet.
It
And
it was wild.
I opened the screen door slowly. He said, "May I come in?" I said, "Yes." Very calm, yes. And I felt better once he got inside. The rage was gone. Well, not totally, but it helped.
Yeah.
It helped.
But you held it together really well. And,
And that
you
was
know,
it's still kind of fuzzy. I remember more now than I did then, but it was there for a long time. I couldn't remember most of the night. Um,
it was a
and
rough go.
when you took that out of me, 3/4 of my life was gone. It was gone. It was like, okay, you're taking me out. I'm taking this. I'm taking this with me. Um, but as I've helped myself, as I've helped others, um, Spirit says, "Hey, attaboy, here's a flood of memories for you to work through. Happy shadow work. Happy dark night of the soul. Happy retrogrades, Pluto and Mercury, and here you go." And then I figured out I had 3 soul shards missing. And I brought the first one back myself. I did a ritual on Halloween. Aren't I smart? And
I mean,
I woke up
it's
the next
classy.
day.
It's a national holiday. It's classy.
Yeah. I woke up the next day thinking I went out and got drunk and ended up in the wrong house because I did not recognize my house. I thought I still lived in Beatrice, was still married to my first wife, little kids. No, no, it took me about 3 days to work through that to where I'm okay. This is where I live. I work here now. Okay. Second one wasn't so bad. I know what's happening. Okay. And I still got one more to bring back in. Getting ready to do that. So that should be interesting. But every time I learn more about myself, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing. The more I learn
Absolutely,
about
man.
myself, the more I know about others, and the more I can help myself and help others. And speaking of helping others, I just like to say this is Nebraska prairie sage. Okay. It is charged by the full moons and the new moons, and it is quite potent. So whoever makes the next $25 donation to this fundraiser, you get me their information, and I will send this to them free of charge. I will cover shipping and everything.
That's cool. So you guys heard it here. The next big $25 donation, you guys will get a package from Mr. Keith Ottersberg himself with some prairie
Fresh,
sage in it,
yep,
just
freshly
for you.
wrapped. I just wrapped it. And a little bit goes a long way. Just saying.
We, it's one of those things, spirit mechanics as a whole, including Cobra and, the affiliates that we have in different states. We've got people in Florida and Ohio and plenty in Texas, Nebraska. You know, we've got friends in New Jersey. It's a whole situation. Um,
And it's interesting the way my team came together, Cobra Paranormal, and I'm sure you can attest to this. My team kind of came together from people needing my help. And have I mentioned you have gifts? Let's work on those. Hey, you're pretty good. You want to join my team? Cool.
had- Keith adopted the old collecting strays thing.
Yeah, yeah, but it's more than strays. It's more than strays. These people on my team are, you hear the term soulmates a lot. Okay, this is my soul tribe. We have known each other in other lifetimes. We work so well together. It's unexplainable. Um, I know when they're having issues. They know when I'm having issues. Um, you know, you and I know what that's like, Steve. What's up? How you doing? So it's been a long, interesting journey. And to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. I used to think the paranormal was a curse, that I was cursed. I did something in a past life and I was cursed. No, I was blessed because I got to learn. I've been on each side of any aspect you can think of, relationship wise, friendship wise. I have been the narcissist. I have been with the empath, with the narcissist. So I've learned about it on both sides. So when I'm talking with a client and they tell me their situation, I can honestly say I understand where you're at, honestly, and mean it. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was through so much in order to learn that and want to work through it, be able to through it, and keep learning so I can keep helping people.
100%. We're always given the tools that we need to make not just us, but those around us successful.
Yeah,
It's up to us to use those tools, those lessons, those gifts, those stubbed toes. It's up for us to use it wisely.
yeah,
And that's one of the big reasons why I was wanting you to tell your story, because to go through something that you went through in the way that you did and then chase after making sure that you can help other people with that knowledge is something that it takes real strength to do.
appreciate that.
There's not a
That's
lot
the
of
thing.
people that would be able to deal with that in the way that you do on a regular basis.
Well,
And just want to, say that in front of, the people that are watching this or will watch this later, that I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that very much. It took a lot not to reinvite the negative back in. And the mechanics, all of them, helped me with that. Aftercare. Uh, when you take an addict's drug of choice away from them cold turkey, what are they going to do? They're going to try and find more because they are used to that vibration. Well, I was used to this negative vibration, and once it was gone, it was dead quiet.
That's the that's the part that usually snags people up real quick is the fact that they don't expect it to be so silent,
Yeah,
as you said, so
it,
quiet.
to be honest, it
And
scared the hell out of me for a while.
yeah,
I,
it
I couldn't wait.
does. It's like I tell people all the time, there is an ear-piercing sound that comes along with silence.
Yes, yeah, and it's also, when I went through a dark night of the soul, and I figured out that my biggest fear was being alone. And it's from my first paranormal experience. And I got to work through that. I got to heal from that. I didn't have to. I could have jumped into the next relationship, with the first person that looked at me. But I didn't. I chose to stay single and except for 9-month lesson that I needed. Um, I got to learn and I got to work on me and figure out who I am. And I'm slowly becoming the person that I was meant to be instead of the person that I became.
Hell
So I'm proud of
yes.
myself for that.
That's great.
So if you got a team, if you're working with clients, if you're removing attachments, if you're doing house cleansings, you need to work with the client. You need to teach them how to smudge their homes, how to keep them clean, how not to reinvite things in, because it's very easy to be walking through Walmart. You feel negative energy coming from somewhere, and hey, come here, you bad decision, you, and you're starting over from scratch. So it's very important to keep working with your clients. And what I found is when we're working with our clients after we've helped them, teaching them and everything, um, slowly over time, we hear less and less from them. We'll check on them. Hey, how you doing? Everything is great. Yay, awesome. And you'll watch their Facebook and they're learning and they're growing and they get to the point where they don't need you anymore. And that is the point I try to get them to.
That's the best and most rewarding part of this is
This.
it's not about what it is that we do, it's about what it is that the people that we help do.
Yeah.
Because it's wonderful seeing somebody go from thinking that they're at the end of their rope to actually living a life they didn't think they could ever live.
Yeah.
And all
Getting the
because of their effort.
yeah.
That's what makes it great. All we did is 100% supervise where they took everything they were heavy lifting. You know,
Yep.
our
But they do the
clients,
heavy lifting.
that's it. It's something that the mechanics have said for a long time. Thank you for doing this. No, 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 no. Thank yourself. You did the heavy lifting. All we did was supervise.
Yeah. All we did is provide you with information on how to use the weights.
That's it.
You lift them.
So we got a little bit more time, Keith. What
Yeah.
else do you have going on, man? I know that you and a couple people on the team do some readings, and from what I understand, uh, Drunken Oracle is a thing again.
We're back. We are back. Yes. Those that don't know, me and Christy Ayers used to do a show called Drunken Oracle. And it is exactly what it sounds like. We would get drunk and read your tarot and oracle cards really, really, really bad in order to make you laugh to the point where you cry. We started it when the C virus first came out and everybody was holed up in their house and depressed and angry and everything. And we're like, we got to figure out something to do to help these people. And she's like, well, you read tarot cards. I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to. I do too. Okay. And she asked me, have you heard about this drunken history show they do? And I'm like, no, what is it? So she told me what it was. And we're like, hey, let's do this. So we did it. And it was a hit. Um, and even though, we pick a card and, I'm telling you, we just make stuff up about the pictures. Cause that crow out there, he's wearing his tie, so he's getting ready to go out he might be getting ready to go to church or something. But he had to go to the bathroom, so he filled his cup. So you're going to be filling your cup real soon. We just make stupid stuff up. But 75% of the time we hit. People are like next day, dude, how did you know that? I'm like, know what? When I'm reading, I don't remember it. Not only from the alcohol, even when I'm sober reading. Once a reading's done, on to the next. That's on. Um, so yeah, if you want to use a voice recorder to record your reading, you are more than happy, more than welcome to do that. If I'm reading for you. But me and Jan from our Cobra Paranormal, we decided to start it back up. So it is Drunken Oracle 2.0 on Facebook and YouTube. So go give us a like and hit that notification, subscribe, and all that good jive. You won't be sorry. We will make you laugh, and we will help you, and we will make you forget about life for an hour. It's awesome. And then me and Jan and Renee do the Otter's Den on Monday nights. Well, on one Monday night, and then the next night, me and Joni, she does the astrology, and I help with how to get through it spiritually. Um, in this 3D world. So we're on every Monday and also every other Monday, if that makes sense.
It's excellent. And I'm glad that everybody's staying busy, that there's some cool stuff going on. Um, Obviously, life has a tendency to life, and yes, we make time for the things we want to make time for. And it's good to see that people are taking the time to actually make time for other people.
Yes.
It's a rare thing anymore. Um, Also, while we're on with Mr. Keith, letting you guys know again, he is, for the next $25 donation, he is going to be sending you a care package of prairie sage.
It's a big stick. It's a big stick.
Okay.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean?
And he will send that to you, no cost to you, other than your donation. Um, it is another Dead Files client that we are raising money for. The family is in some need, and we have always talked our community up, and our community has always served and has made sure that they could back up the things that we have said. And this is no different. We need y'all to give a little bit. Doesn't have to be a whole lot, but a little bit. Every little bit counts.
$5. That's your coffee for one day. $5. I know your coffee, but whatever.
It's a whole
Everybody,
thing.
yeah. You get 100 people donating $5. Just saying. And please share this out so more people can see it. That'd be awesome and appreciate it.
So we got about 10 minutes or so, Mr. Keith. Anything else you want to talk about real quick?
Well, I would just like to say hi to Lisa Campbell, also known as the almighty sound effects lady for Drunken Oracle 2.0. She is. I see her in the comments. I
Nice.
got to give her a shout out. What else do I got going? Besides healing, I'm making progress on the house. For those that don't know, after the Dead Files were here, and after the mechanics were here, and after I was healing, and after it's during my 9-month lesson, my house decided to burn down. And then my insurance money got stolen out of my account. So it's been rough, but I'm making progress a little bit at a time. It's still progress. So whatever you got going on in your life, if it's slow going, it's still progress. Don't force yourself. Let things flow. Something bad happens. Maybe it's not always a bad thing. 6 months down the line, it might turn into a blessing, which is what this fire was. The wiring in it was the old knob and tube. It was all supposed to be new, but it wasn't. It lied. So you could tell where it had sparked and gotten hot, burned the wood. It was a tinderbox ready to go up anyway. Figured out that my second floor above my living room was ready to come in and fall down. There was Spirit actually helped me with this fire, and everything is new. And I got to start rebuilding from the foundation and build up. I had to tear everything down from the top to the foundation, and then start rebuilding from the foundation up. And that's essentially what I had to do with my life, is I had to tear it down into different pieces that I could see and understand better, and rebuild it from the foundation up. So helping yourself is not easy. It takes a lot of tough work and discipline and help. And that's something I have a difficult time accepting, is help. Isn't that right, Steve?
Crotchety old fuck.
That's his eye. That's his eye. Thank you, Lee.
Pardon.
But yeah,
No, Mr. Keith, go ahead, bub.
I was just going to tell everybody, if life is lifing and you're having issues and you don't know what to do, ask for help. Even if it's just ask in spirit or your guides. Hey, I need some guidance. I give you permission to help me. Your spirit guides, they will help you, whether you want them to or not. In fact, probably 9 out of the 10 last cases we've had, all the paranormal activity was spirit guides trying to nudge them to where they needed to be. 2-hour video call and everything's good.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's when you used to write and something keeps you quit and something keeps picking up a pen and throwing it across the room at you, well, maybe you're supposed to sit down and start writing again. Your guitar keeps getting knocked over. Maybe you're supposed to pick it up and play it. Your dishes in your kitchen sink keep rattling at night. Well, maybe you're supposed to wash them. You know, grandma doesn't like an untidy sink. Wash your damn dishes. That is literally a case.
Oh wow.
And once she started doing that, everything was fine. But don't be afraid to, your angels though. If you want help from your angels, you got to give them permission because we have free will. So you need to give them permission. I give you permission to help and guide me. And then be ready when they do. Because sometimes help doesn't always look like help at first. My house fire. I got to rebuild my home. I got everything is new. A lot of things are new about me. I'm a different person. That's a good thing. But it took something tragic to cleanse the old
Okay.
out so new could come in. But don't be afraid to ask for help.
So, Mr. Keith,
Yes, sir.
real quick question.
Yes.
So, it was a comment. Uh, it was a question that was posed. People want to know what the favorite thing is that you have found out about yourself in the last year or so. So you said that you were recovering memories and finding yourself, and people kind of want to play by play. They want to know the good stuff.
Um, I think my favorite thing I found out about myself is that I can. I always figure it out. That's actually what I tell myself in my mind, verbally, say it. Okay, this thing happened. I don't know what to do, but I'll figure it out. All right, I need to come up with this amount of money. I don't know how I'm going to do it today, but I'm going to figure it out. And then I do. I do. I ask for help. I ask for guidance. And all of a sudden, okay, there you go. It might not be as soon as I want it, but when it's time, everything comes together. I think that's one of my favorite things is that I can. Everybody told me that I could not rebuild my home. But watch me. I didn't know how to do it, but I did it, and I took pictures and video. I studied it as I tore it down, how it was designed, how it was put together, how the wiring, the plumbing, everything was ran. I took pictures, I took notes, I took measurements, and then I just reverse engineered it. Only better and stronger. And that's kind of what I got to do with myself too. I got to tear myself down and then rebuild myself better and stronger. But yeah, I'd say that.
I dig it. So, do we have any other questions for Mr. Keith?
That is currently the only question we've asked.
No
Okay.
question is a dumb question. Just saying.
That's good. We're close to sunlight.
Neat. It was posed by Pat. She
Okay.
wants to know what your opinion is. What is better, selenite or clear quartz?
Oh, that all depends on the situation. Selenite is good for cleansing. Clear quartz is good for amplifying. But if you really want to clean something, put them together. I've got some black stones along with selenite and clear quartz on each side of every opening into this home. I've got it embedded in the concrete in the basement along with some other things. I've got it all over the house. I got other things all over the house. This house is well protected inside and out. I love selenite and I love clear quartz. Like I said, it just depends on what I want to do. If I want to clean something, clean an area of a home, I've got selenite wands that I can use. And if I want to amplify, other crystals that I'm using, I'll take the quartz along. So I like both.
It's awesome. I'm here for it. So, if you could equate, uh, if you could equate spirit mechanics to like a movie,
Oh God.
what would you call this circus that we call a team?
The first thing that popped into my head was Snake Plissken and Escape from New York. Why I don't know, but that's the first thing that popped in my head.
It's probably it's probably because he was half blind.
Well, maybe, but I mean,
Oh,
trying
oh
to
man.
escape a negative situation into a positive situation, that's what all your clients are doing. And that's what you're trying to help them do is escape a negative into situation and make it a more positive situation. And we've gotten to help even dead pilots cases do that. We gave some people their lives back. Other than that, I don't know. I'm not really a movie buff.
Hey, that's fair. So we got about 2 minutes left, Keith.
Okay.
Um, anything else you want to pitch? How can people get a hold of you and your team? Um, what you got going on? You got any other projects people need to be looking for? Go ahead and whore yourself.
All right. Um, yeah, we are on Facebook and YouTube. Cobra Paranormal. I have a group and a page. And then we have the Otter's Den on YouTube and the Face. And then we have Drunken Oracle 2.0 again on both platforms. So if you want, go check those out. Hit subscribe on the two of you, and we'll see you when you see you. We go live every Monday at 7 Central on the Otter's Den, and we do Drunken Oracle once a month, generally on a Friday or Saturday. But we only do it once because it's very taxing on the body. Just saying.
Fair. That is absolutely true. Um, so one last thing, and we'll sign off with this. If you could give the world, like the community and the people on Facebook who are watching, if you could give them one piece of dad advice, what would it be?
Don't eat yellow snow.
Alrighty.
Listen to your intuition. Listen to your gut instinct.
If you heard it directly from Mr. Ottersberg, we are out of time with Mr. Keith. Thanks, man, for being a part of things. It's always
Absolutely.
amazing having you on, talking with you. But please check Keith out. His team is Cobra Paranormal. And we will be seeing you guys with a bunch of other weird shit coming right up.
Rock on.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live.
Howdy, y'all. It's time for Making Mechanics again. I'm Mike Volkswagen. It's Jeff, Steve, and Jeff and Pat. Hi. So, hello. Going? It'll stop in a minute. She's got a little bit of the ADD.
It's just she got a little bit of that ADD.
So these two don't need any introduction. But okay, bye.
Hi, I'm Pat. I am a mechanic.
And I am Steve. Uh I'm one of the founding members of Spirit Mechanics.
So, first question would be, what is it exactly you think that got Spirit Mechanics going in the first place? Is there any one thing that might stand out more than anything else that got it going?
That's a you question.
Well, it was directed to you.
Oh, well, fine.
That's kind of looking. That's
Oh well, fuck me, I guess. So we have a ticker. We have a
Somewhere.
It exists in the ether. No, actually, it should be on. Right.
That's safe.
It's on every video now.
it should be.
But no.
I need to help people and I want to help people if I'm.
It was born from an understanding that not everybody has a safe space. They don't have that ability to be free in their practice or explore things or research or have a support system. And you find this a lot, especially in the Bible Belt,
Yeah.
where people are, they're trying to understand what it is that they're hearing and what it is that they're learning and how it is that they should function. And things don't mash up all the time. But asking questions is not approved of. So it's kind of hard to find a space that is comfortable, that's okay. And we are a safe space for those individuals as well as people who need to talk, who are veterans, as well as people who need to talk that are SA victims, survivors,
Survivors out.
SA survivors.
Yeah.
The same. There's a difference between a victim and a survivor.
Right.
But we have been a safe space as well for any religion, any creed, any gender, any preference. It makes no difference to us. We just want to make sure that everybody is happy and healthy in their own skin.
And something that I've noticed, not just with the mechanics, but most of the people in the circles that we travel, most of us have some sort of religious upbringing, and most of us had those questions and follow away from it. Like you were a minister.
I was.
So I feel like most of the people that we interact with have figured out that the version of organized religion that they were fed doesn't mesh with what they feel, and they end up finding it somewhere else.
Absolutely. It's one of those interesting situations where people want to know that they're right and people want to know that they're safe and that they can hide. The problem is that life doesn't work that way. You are the one that is in control of all those things. So handing it over to other things other than a chosen divine or higher understanding is really kind of dangerous.
Right.
So, Patricia, how'd you get involved with Spirit Mechanics?
So I actually was a client, one of Steve's clients. I had a friend at the time who was also seeing Steve and thought that I could use some of that help as well. So the first time that I actually had any energy work done was by Steve, and he had to replace my entire heart chakra.
Mm. Yeah.
And after that, he kind of hasn't been able to get rid of me.
Like a stray.
I am a stray.
I collect them. I collect strays.
So, what spiritual or metaphysical tools do you guys use most?
I like shiny crystals. Shiny things are nice.
To influence.
Well, that's what I was about to say.
It just depends.
Strong.
Actually, being honest, my sunglasses.
Yeah. Okay.
I get that.
My
Gotta
sunglasses.
utilize those.
I use mine because I'm blind. Uh, but as far as things, as far as tools, uh, one of the best tools that you can ever have. Insert jokes here. I said insert for a reason. One of the best tools that you actually have is this. You know, if you want to direct energy, if you want to direct, you know, a particular function, if you want to project a this function, if you want to be a dysfunction. But directing energy, you don't necessarily have to have a crystal or an athame or a wand. You already have one.
Right.
So those are focal tools, they're extensions, but you can literally move and things move with you.
Right.
So you are your tool.
Right. I know, like for me, like I like tools because I like the physical thing. But right, it's not necessary.
They are an extension. It's kind of like a Bushido master. You know, the katana is an extension, or someone who is a handy person, or somebody who is able to work certain construction jobs. The tools that they use to provide those kinds of
Right.
buildings and spaces are extensions of them.
Right. They have the ability. These are just
That's it.
So the next question is for Patricia. Which one of your parents caused the most childhood trauma, and why was it your mother?
Misconception. It was grandparents. And I'll let you insert wherever you think that would go. That's the safe answer.
Dawn from the other room, just losing her shit.
Play it safe, y'all.
See?
so. What is what's your favorite Spirit Mechanics joke? What joke never gets old?
For me,
Yeah.
oh my god, there's so many. Probably Spirit Mechanics loves moms.
That
It's just kind of a reflex at this
Especially
point.
in your case.
Shit.
Spirit Mechanics loves mom.
Spirit Mechanics loves moms.
That one was hilarious because it was literally me and Dustin, and it was me, Dustin, and Raymond
Yeah.
that wound up coming up with that one because we're all fucking around at a convention. It was literally Mother's Day weekend,
Yeah.
and it was a whole thing of, you know, I was doing a live, the boys were there, and it was all, yeah, come see us, and without missing a beat, Dustin is like, yeah, because you know, Spirit Mechanics loves moms, and
Yeah.
it just kept going from there.
Escalated.
It got so bad.
Mother lovers is what you're saying.
We are mother lovers,
That is kind of the joke, yes, but that's probably why
loving each other's moms.
it's just reflex, which is bad. Because somebody the other day we were at like a Walmart, I think,
Yeah,
and someone was like, "Moms?" And Spirit Mechanics loves moms.
it just saying it out in public.
Yeah.
Just Spirit Mechanics loves moms, and just not even looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so bad. One of them, Cthulhu is my daddy.
Yep.
That one's probably one of my favorites.
The one line.
Cthulhu is my daddy. And
Actually, I definitely think my favorite joke is that Tyree tastes like his energy specifically tastes like shitty 4th of July sparklers
and jazz hands.
and jazz
And
hands.
jazz hands. You gotta have that in there.
The Flames is a good one though too.
The Flames is a good one.
Flames is
Also, Tyree being our minority hire was also, you know,
That was really funny.
that one was hilarious as well.
That's just like my first comments on any live now. It's like, hey, y'all share it out, play.
Yep.
Yep. Where's Flames?
Right.
And Get Bear.
And Get
And
Bear.
Gimp Bear.
All right.
Depends. Where are we going?
So
Okay,
spirit
so
mechanics
spirit
in a
mechanical vehicle that will embody it's what we are. Will have
okay.
provide anything that we need on a
And what would
helicopter.
it be and why?
The car from the Johnny Cash song.
One piece at a time. Okay.
That's fair.
Actually, I could see that.
I like that.
That's
Probably
good.
the best one so far.
That one's good.
No, I think
Yeah.
ours was this one.
What'd y'all say?
Well, there was a couple of. One is that pretty much any car from the wacky races. I think we're all individual
Actually,
Yeah,
cars from the wacky
Okay.
races.
that's solid. Yeah, that
And
was good.
1970s conversion van.
but stretch conversion.
Ute?
Ah, a Volkswagen bus. That just that,
Windows like squeaky?
oh,
Either a van or a station wagon, but they had to be like a stretch limo.
A short bus
Stretch
with a,
El
with a
Camino.
janky wheel.
A stretch short bus.
A stretch.
A short bus with this janky
What would you say, Steve?
Oh, I've been listening.
So, would you say your favorite memory so far with Spirit Mechanics has been?
That's hard.
Yeah, we had a hard time too.
This is probably a new one for me, actually, because there was so much effort and time and love and thought that went into this specifically, this event. It is probably like the pinnacle at the moment, I would have to say.
So this will be your favorite memory tomorrow.
Correct.
They're talking about your favorite memory before today.
Before today,
Before today.
Right.
actually, it was
Listen to the words.
my favorite memory is the very first event that I worked. It was a full moon sisters bazaar,
Hmm.
and it was the first one, I believe. It was in Lexington, and I had flown up,
Yeah, it was at the Shriners Temple. in
and yeah, and I had never worked an event before, had never really done anything, and Steve left me at the table,
I did.
as is standard.
Because
Mhm.
fuck you, that's why.
Yes, Brian taught me how to cycle the difficult way, so that I could learn how to do it the easy way.
Mhm.
As it goes.
And I left that day literally crying happy tears because I had never felt like I belonged more in a place. I actually called my mom. Was like, this is where I need to be, and I moved later.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is
That's
cool.
awesome.
That's not like picking up.
That's 45.
It's 5:45. If you can find it, you can turn it off. It's an
Yeah,
alarm.
but no. I think the favorite memory, truthfully, I think the favorite memory was it was back when we were still at Patty's. And this is one of the big reasons, you've heard me and Brian talk about this a lot. So I'm just gonna go through it real quick. But it was a whole situation where there was someone that was brought in that needed intervention. They needed a little bit more than just the standard attachment removal, if you understand the meaning.
Mhm.
And at this point in time, everybody didn't want anything to do with us because all we did was handle the negative. Not because we did that, but because they were afraid we were going to pass it or just drop it off or whatever. Not clean it, not take care of it, not remove it. If they're wrist deep in actual words, if they're wrist deep in demon all the time, they're eventually going to spread that negativity to the rest of us.
Mhm.
That's awful.
So we were put in a broom closet. Like actually, we were literally in a janitor's closet. And what made this so interesting is Miss Bev and Mr. Jim McChesney of the Good Fairy Dust Foundation, our first $100 donation. Uh, they were literally like, "Y'all need an actual booth." So they talked us into actually getting a real booth, and we're outside, we're smoking, doing the thing, and we get somebody that comes up all pale faced and, "Are you guys spirit mechanics?" Yes, why? What's going on? Did we do something? Is there a problem with the way that we look today? and and they're like, "No, you have somebody at your booth." Oh, well, thank you. We go back in. It's literally asses to elbows, standing room only, and they're all piled around our booth. And we're like, "Well, this is great." We go in, and it was a gentleman that wound up a having an attachment that he had had since 9. For those of you that caught Mr. Keith Ottersberg's deal just a little bit ago, he had one from a very young age as well. And the same thing had happened. We worked on this gentleman. His vitals actually tanked out. His heart stopped. His eyes rolled back in his head. And he was not breathing, but he was still carrying on a conversation. Still talking to us, still maintaining. And when we started to uh, remove what was with him, he actually gasped. His heart started going, and there is forever a handprint in the drywall of that building that they cannot paint over, where we literally grounded it into the drywall because we had nowhere else to put it.
Man.
So it is forever a part of that wall. Um, but after that, we started getting the trickle. But I find it really funny, that one was the one that was actually the biggest turning point for us because we went from being, you know, dirty heathens and, awful people, even though no one talked to us and all this other stuff to, oh, well, they'll keep us safe. It was, it was
Harry
an,
Potter story.
it was literally, so, that's one of the big ones. The other one is the fuck demon, but that's
Which
complete.
one?
The one that was in the same building.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I have to have Brian for that one.
That's another time.
That is a different
We'll
time.
ask Brian about that'll be in the next interview.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for the fuck demon.
Not to be confused with the demon semen.
No, that was in West Virginia. You don't got any other questions?
Coffee
So-
or tea? Coffee or tea?
T.
Both.
Favorite Kiss song?
Oh, Strutter.
Mm. I don't know. Oh no. I'm blanking on the name of the song. Oh my god, there's
I blame your mother.
That's fair. Next question.
Favorite supernatural TV show?
Oh fuck, Supernatural TV show.
Supernatural TV show?
Sandman,
Oh.
because they did the graphic novel right. They actually did a great job with it. So
I will also say Sandman, and I will have an insert of the death episodes from Supernatural. Specifically the death episodes.
Right on.
Where he rides in on a fucking white Cadillac.
Right. And they got to go talk to the 4 horsemen and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Death was fun.
Right.
Those specifically.
Remember the last one?
Favorite supernatural beast?
Oh.
That's fucking hard.
Oh.
I'm a professional journalist. I'm supposed to ask the hard questions.
That is true.
Hitting questions.
Right.
Riveting. Shit.
As we're chilling with Ghost Pain over here. So
Can I give you like my favorite 3?
I suppose.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get bopped in the face if I don't start with Kate Sith. So there are a type of fae. And I'm not going to go into many details because not all of them that show up are awesome, but the ones that I happen to know, I am extremely lucky in the fact that they are amazing. And I literally would not be the person that I am if I didn't know them. So I'm extremely going to start with that one. Another one that I think is really cool. I will just go ahead and shout out. I'll do 4 pukas because they are also fae. I have to go through the list.
I wouldn't be journalist of my stripes if I didn't limit you to 3. I've already extended it past 1. So you only have 3.
Okay. Y'all,
This really puts you on the spot, but that's why I'm paid the big bucks.
true. You're right. So if I've used up 2 already,
We're all wrong.
I think she's extremely fascinating. So I'm going to say Lion Cat. Lion Cat is a mythical beast that was brought forward by a comic, actually. And she is a bright teal cat. She's a very tall sphinx. And she literally notices if people are lying and will say, lying, lie. And then will progressively get more aggressively loud if that person continues to lie.
Oh,
They're
great.
fucking cool.
It's great.
Make life so much easier. I
Well,
don't have to call you a liar. My cat's doing it.
it gets to a point sometimes, though. I will say that I have, at least, I mean, I would assume that, especially being around a ton of people all the time, that it would get a little exhausting being a lion cat. But
Yeah, for the cat, for sure.
yeah, 100%.
Pours out for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But fuck, is it cool? They're so fucking cool. I will stop at that 3.
Steve?
Uh, I love owlbears. I love owlbears. They're like one of my favorite things in the world. Owlbears are fun. For those who don't know what an owlbear is, it's exactly what it sounds like.
It is an owlbear.
Man, bear, pig.
Pretty much.
Half man, half bear, half pig.
Yes.
It is a massive bear-like entity that has feathers and claws like an owl, and has typically the head of an owl. Pretty hilarious.
Cute as fuck.
I love owlbears. It's such my favorite thing. And that's it. I don't need fucking 4.
Well,
Why don't you just steal the camera time?
oh no.
Dramatic zoom. Just the whole time.
Are there any other questions from the riveting journalists?
Oh,
Oh no, are you actually zooming in? Okay, thank God.
Terrible oracle. And why? Follow-up question. Why?
Tarot, because you can read them like an oracle.
It's weak.
Fine. Tarot, because I can understand the story as it's depicted and also get additional information from actually looking at the pictures because they'll shift depending on what's actually happening in the question that you are asked.
Also. Better. Yes.
And because I think they're pretty.
Yes.
Final question. Of all of you in your careers, what is the best interview you've ever been on?
We'd be remiss to say this one.
Well, of course. I mean,
We should say this one.
we as journalists would be remiss if we weren't asking said question.
This one.
Okay. That's fair and accurate. I'd agree with you. You're right.
the actual final.
Yes.
Yes.
Is the sun really yellow?
No.
And the sky's
Okay.
not blue.
Your actual final question.
Yes.
What color is it?
Well, that depends on your depth. So technically, it's actually black.
Black hole sun.
Well, he's blind. That's blind.
Exactly. See, this guy gets it.
He's a riveting journalist.
This one
done
does
my
his
research.
research.
I've put the time in, is what it is.
First question, but in reverse. Are you having a good day?
I would have a better day
Yeah.
if we got more donations.
You heard it here first, Bob. Give us your money.
It's for a good cause.
It is for a good cause. Also, for those that missed the last segment, Mr. Keith Ottersberg is going to be giving Prairie Sage to the next $25 donation.
Yeah.
So,
If you don't know what that is or who that is, you want it.
True. And it may have happened while we were on this riveting interview. I will double check when the interview concludes.
also remember, guys, all of this is being done. We're trying to raise some money for a family that really needs it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a lot of more fun. We've got a couple more things going on. We got a big live auction later.
We do.
And we want to make sure that you guys understand that we're going to go until we get tired.
Yep.
Which is about 2:00.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, pretty much.
Which means we're never going to stop.
We have pizza.
We do. And a gas station right there for energy drinks.
True.
We can make it happen.
And riveting journalists.
And riveting
Right.
journalists.
Sponsor.
Actually, we do.
So
y'all, the community, we need you to get on that.
But sponsors, all of them.
all of the
Actually,
energy drinks.
all
Bling,
the energy
bling,
drinks.
dollar bill, y'all.
Fuck, I'll take the energy drinks. It just
Cold energy drinks.
yes. But not today, because today's about donations.
It is.
Thank you so much for interviewing us.
It was my pleasure.
Yes.
was-
Should I? Thank you.
Final question.
Oh, yes.
Best interview ever or the greatest interview ever? Which one was this?
Ah, okay.
Well,
Because I feel like as respected journalists, we're supposed to put you on the spot like that.
well,
It is definitely the most unique interview. No,
I'd say it's definitely the bestest, greatest.
You know what?
it is
Fair.
the bestest.
I got that mic drop.
Yes.
It is the Arcanine of interviews.
Yes.
It is the bestester.
This is the bestester.
Bestester?
Yes.
I could see that.
Okay, one final question.
Yes.
Sitting or hovering, which is better
In what capacity?
in all capacities?
Sitting or hovering? As in looming over somebody, or as in,
No,
as
no.
in like,
Toilet time.
oh,
Oh, that's not where I went either.
toilet time.
I was just gonna say sitting.
If it's a hole I dug, hover.
Oh, yeah.
If it is a gas station that I trust, maybe not. If it is someone's house that I trust, I'm gonna sit. And if it is a porta john, I am probably going to monkey stance over that motherfucker and not even let anything touch me.
All right.
See, that is my favorite joke. Who wants to touch me?
Fair and valid.
Ghost.
Yes.
They can't.
That's why we're the respected journalists. We ask the
True.
hard
It's the
que-
perfect stranger.
questions.
You know, and it would be very shitty interviewee
sit on
if
your
I
right
didn't
hand?
ask, were we the best interviewees you've ever had?
Well, of course. Without y'all, none of this happens.
Oh, it was actually wholesome.
That was
shit.
wholesome. That kind of fucked me up. I'm like, oh no.
Well, put in my minutes of journalism time in my career. I've done the research.
Please, sign us off, guys.
There you have it. Spirit minus Tyree from the bear. Right, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so happy. Are you riding off into the sunset?
Once in a while I dream. Once in a while I think of you. I reminisce on days gone by when you and I were new. Once in a while I dream, hoping that you'd return to me. But I know that you're not coming back, so once in a while I dream. Each moment passes like hours. Each day is dark as the night. Since we have ended, I just pretend I have a reason to live. It's sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. So sad how the seasons change. Sad how the feelings go away. We were in love, but now it's over. So once in a while I dream. Pardon my plea, but would you allow if once in a while I dream?
Go for it.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Kmart Kelly, and we're about to participate in the human's most world oldest art, the art of storytelling. Storytelling has been around for hundreds of thousands of years. It's helped Homo sapiens pass on lessons from generation to generations, and ultimately, it is what has allowed us to survive. So, welcome to Kmart Kelly's Ghost Stories and Appalachian Folklore. About 150 years ago, in a small Appalachian town, a young doctor was sitting down one autumn evening having dinner with his wife. As they were sitting by the fire, sipping their tea, they were startled by pounding at the door. The doctor opened the door, and in the pool of light cast by a single gas lamp stood a Spanish aristocrat man with a long, drooping mustache. Doctor, follow me. I'm in need of your services. With that, the strange man rode away. Wait, wait! Quickly, the doctor grabbed his hat, his coat, and his medical bag. And on the way out, he noticed the disappointment in his wife's face. Thinking this was just a routine call and against his better judgment, he invited her along. Moving in the carriage following the strange man, The doctor began to get a sinking feeling in his stomach that maybe this late night eerie house call was not the best idea after all. They continued on, out of the city lights, and they eventually came upon a tunnel of overarching oak trees. As they passed into the void of the tunnel, the doctor's ears began to ring. The horses began to move at a crawl. Then they began to whimper. What seemed like hours but was only minutes, they finally peeked out the other end of the tunnel. And up on the hill sat a big white mansion with big white pillars and a wraparound porch. The doctor walked up to the door and out of nowhere was thrust into the house. And all he could see in the candlelight was the strange man pointing to a lonely doorway at the end of the hall. The doctor cautiously walked down the hallway, and when he peered inside, the first thing he noticed was an overturned table, a broken chair, and blood was spackled all against the back wall. He continued to survey in the room, and in the corner he saw it, a mattress with a blood-soaked sheet, and underneath was a lump, and he could hear it. The doctor pulled back the sheet, and he realized it was a young lady that had suffered from a severe gunshot wound. The doctor began to assess the wound. He cleaned the wound, and as he was wrapping it up, the hair on his neck began to stand up. Help me. Doctor, that is enough. Out of nowhere, he was picked up and thrust out of the room. On his way out, he finally convinced the strange man to bring the young lady into his office, or she might not make it through the night. The doctor walked back to his carriage, and his wife, her face had gone pale white. Let's go. Let's go. The doctor grabbed the reins, and the horses took off back through the tunnel. And when they finally came back to the city lights, his wife, she pulled her coat around her. I saw someone. I saw someone. I would have came and gotten you, but I was terrified. While I was waiting, I looked out in the forest, and in the moonlight, I saw a young man, and he kept moaning and moaning, and he was bleeding profusely from his stomach and holding his insides. I never want to go back to that place ever again. I think I'm going to go visit my sister for a while. The next day, the doctor was sitting in his office. He would stand up, he would sit down, he would make some coffee, he would twiddle with his pens, and then ding, ding, the clock reached 5 o'clock, and the strange man was a no-show. It was then that the doctor began to think to himself that something sinister might have happened, that he had to get back up there to check on the old man. When he heard the door open, he peered around, and it was just Miss Shelby, the town librarian. Oh, sorry, doctor, I'm late. I'm just here to drop off the local newsletter. The doctor grabbed the newsletter, went straight to his carriage. He went back through the tunnel, popped out the other end. No, this is impossible. This cannot be, as there was no house at all. All there was overgrown branches and dilapidated wood. The doctor began to think that maybe he had gone crazy. As he was sitting back in front of the fire, he finally convinced himself that it was all just a dream. So he picked up the town newsletter to clear his mind and began to read. It began to tell a tale of the first mayor over 150 years ago. He had committed a crime. Some say he was innocent, and some say he was guilty. But on this exact day, they hung him. The doctor continued to read, and at the bottom, there was a picture, and it was of a man with a long, drooping mustache. One day, a chicken walked into the library. He walked straight up to the counter and said, Wow, chicken can talk, thought the librarian. So the librarian reached back, found a book, and handed it to the chicken. The chicken placed the book under his wing, and out the library went. It wasn't that long for the chicken came right back into the library. Wow, that chicken must be able to read fast. So this time the librarian picked out a book that she thought the chicken might like, and this time she actually helped him place it under his wing. Back out the library the chicken went. But it wasn't very long for that chicken came right back in, walked straight up to the counter and said, "Psst, psst." And this continued to happen out all through the day. Eventually, when the chicken came in, the librarian thought, there's no way this chicken's reading all those books. So she reached up, grabbed the book, helped him put it under his wing, and out went the chicken. But this time, she decided to see what he was up to, so she followed him. The chicken went out the library, went up a hill and down a hill, and then he came upon a big blue pond. It was about that moment a big old bullfrog jumped up on a lily pad. He looked at the chicken, and then he looked at the book, and he said, read it, read it, read it. Once was a king, and the king had an advisor. And everywhere the king went, the advisor went. And when anything would happen, the advisor would say, Your Majesty, everything happens for the good. And because of that, the king thought his advisor was extremely wise. Then one day, the king and his advisor were walking through the palace gardens when the king spied an unusually bright red rose. The king reached out to pluck the rose, and a thorn sliced open his finger, and it began to bleed and bleed. Oh no, my finger, the king cried. His advisor looked at him and said, Your Majesty, everything happens for the good. It was at that moment that the king's eyes got real big, and he screamed, How could you say something like that? I could lose my finger, and all you have to say is everything happens for the good. Because of that, I command you locked up in the palace gardens. What do you have to say about that? His advisor looked at him and said, Your Majesty, everything happens for the good. So the advisor was taken and locked up in the palace dungeons. It was about a week later when the king was out on a hunt, and he'd gotten a little bit farther away from his castle than he was used to. When out of nowhere he was surrounded and attacked by an outside tribe. Now, this outside tribe had very different customs than his own. One of the customs of this tribe was to sacrifice one of their prisoners to the gods. When they saw the king, they said, Look at him! His clothes are magnificent. He would be a perfect sacrifice for our gods. So they began to prepare the ritual. Once the ritual was prepared, they had to have one last look over the king because anybody sacrificed to their gods had to be perfect. He could have no cuts, scars, or blemishes. When they noticed the scar on his finger, they said, No, he's not perfect. He will not do. Our gods would never be pleased with a sacrifice like this. Having nothing else to do with him, they picked him up, took him back where they found him, and threw him out. The doctor ran straight back to the castle. He immediately ordered his advisor released and began to retell the story of what had happened to him. That he finally understood what he meant that everything happens for the good. But I see how this worked out for the good for me. But I had you locked up in this dirty old dungeon for an entire week. What possible good could that have been for you? Well, you see, Your Majesty, that's easy. Everywhere you go, I go. So if you would have been hunting, I would have been hunting. And I also would have been captured. But you see, Your Majesty, I have no cuts, scars, or blemishes. So I would have been killed. So you see, Your Majesty, everything happens for the good. This was a woodcutter that lived outside of a large forest. And he had three beautiful daughters, Lisa, Laura, and Emily. And each of his daughters had the same hair as their mother. It was fine, pale, and resembled the silk that grew on the corn outside in their garden. When Emily, the youngest, was just a toddler, their mother passed away. Nevertheless, the family lived a relatively good life. Every morning they got up and they had breakfast. Then the woodcutter would pick up his axe and go out into the forest and begin to chop down trees. The girls then would tend to the chores around the house. They would clean the dishes, wash the clothes, check on the corn in the vegetable garden. When they were finished, they would sit down and have dinner. When they completed eating, the oldest, Lisa, would pack a pail of food and take it out in the forest for her father. Now, she never knew exactly where her father was at, but she could always find him by following the sound of his axe. When she did, she would help him load up all the wood, and then they would take it to sell and market on the weekends. Then one day, the woodcutter returned home and he asked his girls, "Why didn't Lisa bring me my food today?" "She did," they said. "She left hours ago." The woodcutter's face dropped, and he went back out in the forest and began to search, but he couldn't find her. The next morning, he told his two girls, "Now you stay home. I'm going to find Lisa today." So he went back out into the forest and began to search. The girls once again did their routine chores. They cleaned the dishes, washed the floors, and checked the corn in the vegetable garden. They sat down to eat, and while they were eating, they began to hear the sound of an axe. "Oh, that's Daddy. He must have found Lisa. And they have to be starving." So Laura packed a pail of food and went out into the forest. Later that night, the woodcutter returned home, and Emily saw him, so she ran out to meet him. "Where is Lisa and Laura?" "Well, I couldn't find Lisa." "What do you mean, where is Laura?" "Yeah, we heard you working, so we knew you'd found Lisa, so she brought you a pail of food." The woodcutter's face dropped even more, and he went back out into the forest and began to search, but he couldn't find them. The next morning at breakfast, he told Emily, "Now you stay home. I'm going to find your sisters today." Woodcutter went back out into the forest. Now, Emily was a very good child. She just had a tendency to get bored. And she had never been left alone by herself. She always had her sisters to keep her company. So on this day, she did all the chores. She cleaned the dishes, she washed the floor, she milked the cow, then she tended to the corn in the vegetable garden. But it wasn't long before she grew bored, so she sat down to eat. While she was eating, she began to hear the faint sound of an axe. "Now I know Daddy told me to stay home, but I'm not a child anymore, and I know that they have to be starving." So Emily packed a pail of food, and she walked out into the vast forest. She cautiously followed the sound of the axe. But when the axe stopped, she stopped. When she heard the axe again, it seemed to come from a slightly different direction. Once again, she changed her direction ever so slightly and began to follow the axe. Once again, it stopped. She began to fear that she was never going to find her father and sisters because every time she heard the axe, it seemed to come from the same distance away. Once again, she heard the sound of the axe, so she began to follow it. And once again, it stopped. But this time it didn't return. It was then that she noticed that the forest began to grow dark. She had been walking all day long, and she knew she had to find shelter before night because it could get dangerous. So she forced herself to keep walking and walking. Eventually, she began to grow tired. So she sat down with her back against a big tree and she ate up all the food that she had brought him. It was then that she noticed that the forest began to grow even darker. She began to hear murmurs in the distance and rustlings and she began to think that maybe she might be eaten by a wild animal. And then the forest grew completely dark. Tears began to run down Emily's eye. When she looked out in the distance and she saw a bright blue light. "Oh, light! That means people. That means safety." So she stood up and slowly walked towards the light. She went around a big corner and up a hill and around another corner when she eventually came upon a clearing in the field. And in the middle of a clearing sat an old log cabin. She walked up to the door, and an old man peered out. "Hi, my name's Emily, and I'm lost, and I saw your blue light." "Oh, honey, you must be terrified. Come on in." He ushered her into the house and over to the table. "I was just about to eat. Why don't you join me?" And he brought her a big bowl of vegetable soup and set it on the table. While they were eating, the old man began to look at Emily. I think I recognize you. Aren't you the woodcutter's daughter?" Emily nodded. "I know exactly where you live. You're not very far off, and I can take you there first thing in the morning because it's way too dark and dangerous tonight." The old man then went to a chest, pulled out some quilts and a pillow, and made her a nice, comfortable pallet right in front of the fire. He then went to his room and retired for the night. The next day, the nice old man said, "I have some errands to run, but when I get back, I'll take you straight to your father. Now, you're more than welcome to go anywhere in the house. You can even go out on the front porch, but whatever you do, do not go into my 3 sheds. I have some very valuable things in there." And then he left. Feeling grateful for the old man's kindness, Emily went to a closet, pulled out a broom, and began to sweep all the floors. She then cleaned up all the dishes, and then she sat down on the couch and waited for the old man's return. But it wasn't long before she began to grow bored. So once again, she picked up her broom and went out on the porch and began to sweep. While she was sleeping, she looked out and noticed the 3 sheds. I wonder what he has in those sheds that's so valuable." She sat down on the step, and the longer she looked, the more curious she became. You know, he said I couldn't go inside of them, but he didn't say I couldn't look inside of them. So she walked over to the sheds, but she quickly realized that they were all padlocked. So she went back into the house. She took the broom back to the closet, and as she was shutting the door, she realized on the back wall there was a nail and a silver ring with a key on it. She grabbed the key and ran straight towards the sheds. She went to the first shed, stuck the key in, and it popped right open. "Wow, Mister is an artist." Because on the right side, there were thousands and thousands of hand carved lamps. And they were made of something that wasn't wood, yet it wasn't marble. And on the left side, there were thousands and thousands of hand sewn fur coats. And we went to the second shed, stuck the key in, and it popped right open. "Wow, Mister is an artist." Because when she looked inside, there were thousands and thousands of handmade leather coats, belts, and purses. Then she came to the third shed. She stuck the key in, and it wouldn't turn. So she pushed a little harder, and it still wouldn't turn. Eventually, she pushed, and it popped open. When she looked inside, the room was so dark she could see very little. She could tell that the floor was damp, and then a basket set right to the corner of the door. When her eyes began to adjust, she said, "Is that corn silk?" She began to look and wonder why someone would keep corn in an old dusty shed. So she opened up the door to let the light in and stepped inside. When she looked down in the basket, she gasped because inside the basket were her 2 sisters' heads. And up on the back wall were her headless bodies hanging on a hook. She screamed and she jumped out. She began to pace and pace. She had no clue what to do. She knew if she ran away, the old man would know that she looked. She also knew she didn't know exactly where she was at. So she thought to herself, if I don't tell him, he might not know. She went back into the house and she was pacing and pacing when the old man walked up onto the porch. So she quickly sat down. "Hey, Emily, have you been a good girl today?" "Yes, I've been really good. I cleaned up all the dishes and I swept up all the floors." "Did you go into my sheds?" "No, like I said, I cleaned up all the dishes and swept up all the floors." So you have been a good girl. Let me see your hands. She pulled out her hands. Let me see your feet. When he pulled up her feet, he said, there's a blood stain on your shoe. You've been a bad girl. I need my axe. At that moment, Emily jumped out and she bust out the door. She was running and running when she came around a tree and tripped on a root. And the old man grabbed her by the hair and dragged her all the way back screaming to the last shed. You ruined it. You would have had a chance, but you had to peek inside. Like your older sister. She was alive during the skinning. And your second sister, well, the water got her. But like I said, you ruined the game. And then he took the axe and he cut her head off. He put her head in the basket, hung her body up on the wall, and cleaned off the axe. He went back into the kitchen and began to cut up vegetables for the soup. Outside, as it grew pitch dark, he reached up to the window and turned on the blue light. As he sat down and the soup began to boil, he heard a knock on the door. He opened the door, and it was a young girl. Hi, my name's Ella. I'm lost, and I saw your blue light. This has been Kmart Kelly's Ghost Stories and Appalachian Folklore.
Hello again. Have you noticed we switched rooms?
This is
They're setting up for the silent auction expo.
yeah, they're. I'm going to let everybody know that we are going to take after this. We're going to take a 15-minute break.
Okay.
And we're going to restart the live for the auction itself.
Okay. Right on.
And this is Meet the Mechanics.
Their final
Mike and
chapter.
Jeff and oh my God,
MJ?
MJ,
MJ, this is her lovely home. And our host.
the hostess with the mostest.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I am, y'all know, like,
This is Brian.
I ain't fighting it. Yeah. Please state your name.
I'm Brian.
So, as one of the founders of Spirit Mechanics,
Yes.
what made you guys decide to go this route?
At the time, to just to be blunt, I was with my ex. We were starting to get into everything, and we started going to the fairs at Patty Starr's disco fair, as opposed to the market now. And I think it was pretty much like Steve said. We decided to get a booth, did the broom closet thing for like a little bit, but I think it was more of something different. Um, I know Steve had his mindset of it being a community thing. I didn't have that at the time.
Yeah.
My headspace was in a different place.
Right.
I was hanging with my friends.
Yeah.
That was the big thing with me. That I was hanging with my friends.
It's just what your people were doing.
Yeah.
Right on. And then it just turned out to be.
And then it just progressed from there.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
How about you, MJ? How'd you get started with Spirit Mechanics?
I actually met them probably 10 years ago. It was actually at Scarefest, and my daughter had bought me tickets. I didn't even know there was such a thing because she knew I loved horror, paranormal things.
Okay.
So she bought me tickets. And while I was there, I was actually outside smoking a cigarette, and the mountain monsters, that's when they first met them, come up to me and start talking to me, and I'm like, okay. So, and then Tiff and Steve came up and they started talking, and then I started seeing them at all of the events, and eventually became friends, got to know them, and got very interested in everything they do, and just found that they were just awesome. So,
Oh, yeah. And then you've only been a trainee for what, about 6 months?
about 6 months now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes, enjoying it. I've learned a lot. Every time I'm with you all, I learn so much because it helps me understand things that I may have taken for granted that everybody saw or did, or and that wasn't the case. So I have an understanding of what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, and how that connects with everything. So I've learned a lot. I've learned to one of the things that I actually got from a horror movie, The Wishmaster, stillness, with that stopping and recognizing everything going on, and what that has to do within yourself and others. So
Very cool. And something I've noticed, because I've only known you, I'm fairly new to the mechanics as well, so I've only known you as long as I've been around. And you've always been happy to upbeat, but I've definitely noticed more of that, in the last few markets.
yes, it is. It's very much a family.
It's because I'm here.
Yeah, of course, it's Jeff, and it's very much family oriented. There's such a camaraderie, such a a unison, all as one, all for the greater.
Right.
And the greater is the helping. The helping. That is what has drew me first. Is like, oh my God, all the things that the people that you help. And I wanted to be a part of that so bad. And I'm like, gosh, I wish I had any skills. I wish I could, join them. And I just kind of followed around a little puppy dog when they weren't looking, so they didn't think they were being stalked. So finally gave in.
So you were usually one of the ones we always look for when we went to Scarefest or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I remember my first Scarecrow. I'm like, I need to go find MJ.
Every year.
It was overwhelming.
So
I'll never forget whenever you walked up one time and you went, "Whoa!" And it was years later. I asked you, I'm like, what was that? What did you see something or whatever? And you said it was like a sonic boom. It was like when I'm really happy, this energy I give out, like energy bursts, because it just overflows, and
Right.
you're very sensitive, and you actually felt the actually like sonic boom, and I was like, really? I did. It was just amazing.
I could see.
So Brian, what is one of your favorite memories of being with the Spirit Mechanics?
Oh God. So many that I don't remember. um, trying to think of one specific one that was like not like it's it's not necessarily my favorite memory, but it is one of one of the funnier ones that I thought was funny. We were going to a case up in Philadelphia.
I'm sorry.
We were in one of the what are they called, suburbs? Oh, in the suburbs, I think it was called Media. But anyway, we were doing I can't remember if it was a deadfalls case or if it was another one that was referred through a deadfalls case. But we were driving through Baltimore, and Missy was driving, and I'm cool being a passenger. That's fine. We're doing 45 in Baltimore on the interstate, and I'm like, Missy, as soon as we get out of Baltimore, I need you to pull over. I will drive. Okay, 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 okay. Like, you're
Poor
okay.
girl.
You're okay. I understand. I need you to pass this car in front of us. Okay, I can do that. Get up to 55, get around the car, and it was smooth sailing from there. When we got out of Baltimore, she pulled over, gave me the car, and I'm like, okay, I'll drive the rest of the trip. You're not on the insurance for the road. I don't care.
Like you driving like that is gonna make me nervous.
Yeah, I'm going to have a panic attack in this car.
All right, and then I'm going to destroy the car. The insurance doesn't matter.
So MJ, what would be one of the things that people would find surprising about you? That would be shocked to find out about the wonders of MJ.
One of the things like whenever two things you don't know about me. It's a game where I play with my team when we have our team meetings, and one of the things that stumped them the most was my kids were on both my daughters were on America's Most Wanted for um, 2 times, and they're like, and the faces drop, and they're like, what? And it was specials, like the Halloween specials. So they were in the background when the host would go by, and you could see the kids trick or treating. So both my daughters were part of those for 2 years, and I still have all the autographs and things and the kids they were awesome.
So now that I have the context, it's much more wholesome. But we were both. I was like, what?
It was when we lived in Florida and I worked at Universal Studios, so they would come to us, whenever they needed extras and stuff. I've been in extra in a few things. So
Cool.
the CMA Awards, you'll find us in the backgrounds and stuff like that. So
That's fair. My brain went to dang.
Right. Like,
I have gangster kids.
right. I'm like,
I'm a child. At least it wasn't Unsolved Mysteries.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
What about you, Brian? What's something that would shock people to find out about you?
Nothing. I've been open. I've been pretty open about who I am as a person for 13 years. Doing the setting up the live stream today, getting all that stuff together. That's biggest reason why I kind of backed off of being up in front for the last little bit. The shocking piece is it's stressful as hell.
yeah,
It's one of my favorite things.
right on. Very cool. Yeah, I would have thought you might have said that because you and Steve joke about like having resting bitch face a lot. That the surprising thing would be that you're actually a nice guy.
No. The things that my kids' friends say to me, why do you look so angry all the time? It's just my face. I'm pretty agreeable most until I'm not, and then
Right. So, if you could give one piece of advice to someone new to metaphysical stuff,
Okay.
what would it be?
Relax. It is not as difficult as you're making it.
Should be as easy as breathing.
It should be. That's been the catchphrase forever. It should be as easy as breathing. But everybody wants to have the experience, the epiphany moment,
The Hollywood experience.
Yeah, they oh my God, the light, shone upon me
Right.
experience. And it's like, no, it'll be quiet.
Right.
If it is correct, it'll be a quiet moment and be like, oh.
And most of the stuff is stuff you already know anyway. You just don't realize you know it.
Yeah,
And
it'll
that's
be like
definitely
dominoes.
happened with me because it's like, when will the doors crack open and I see what I am supposed to see or feel what I'm supposed to feel?
Yeah.
But it's very quiet. It is those little pieces, and then suddenly you realize, oh, I have been seeing it.
Right.
You know,
I have
and
like
it's
little
those
epiphany moments.
exactly.
Like I'll be doing
Yes.
something and I'll do something correctly or incorrectly.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I've been doing.
Yes.
Like
That's like the extent of it.
people ask the question, how do I talk to divine God, whatever? It is always quiet. It is not something, they don't shout in your ear. They don't freak out. Speed is not your friend. Stillness and peace are where spirit speaks.
Right.
If you maintain your momentum, you're going to go fast. But when you're trying to get into that moment of, I need clarity, clarity is in stillness
Right.
and peace and quiet.
Right. There's like so many people will not sit with their thoughts and their feelings because they don't want to hear the thing, because they don't want to do the work.
Your thoughts and your feelings are loud.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, your thoughts and your feelings are a loud, booming feeling. And people oftentimes will mistake that feeling. What we talk about it in one of our classes of instinct versus intuition.
Right.
It'll be quiet. It won't be jarring, to be honest. Yeah, in your head, it'll be like, oh my God, it feels like the light just turned on, but it's peaceful.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like whenever, like for intuition, like for instance, so we have a water thing at home, and I was getting ready to leave, and something's like, check the water thing. But I'm like, I'm already at the door. I don't want to go back to check the water thing. But it's like, but something's telling you to check the water thing. So go check the water. I go check it. They're empty. So I go and I fill up the jugs. But it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I will listen. And even now, sometimes I still don't. But it's like recognizing intuition versus instinct. That class was actually very helpful.
Yeah. And that is one of the main things that I've found. The stillness makes me think, wait, whenever you get those little flashes and stuff like that, like I should go back and check the water and stuff like that. I've learned to listen to that
hard.
and trust in the process, so to speak.
Right. Especially when you
And
like
then
something,
you go back and it's like, oh my God, there's something wrong. I need to fix this. Thank God I didn't walk out the door and ignore that sudden thought that hit you. So
I think most people can listen. They just don't.
Right.
They're thinking of the big booming thing, and it's quite often it's little subtle
It's those
nudges in
little
the right
pieces.
direction.
And looking for this, they're missing everything else.
That's it. And if you start listening to the little things like check the water jug or check the the cat food or something like the little things create the bigger things.
It does.
Because I really truly believe that if there's something that if you can't hear the small
more.
It's like when you have a big task ahead of you, like moving or a new job or something. Instead of looking at it like this one huge thing, you take the little baby steps. So then after you've done a few of them, you look back. Okay, I've done half of it already. It's not scary. It's the same principle, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
So Brian, in addition to the as simple as breathing, what is another saying or ongoing joke for spirit mechanics that is that you're particularly fond of? What's your favorite?
The one that I'm fond of. I'm not fond of half of them because half the time it's me that's on the receiving end of of that. Effort is always rewarded.
That's a good one.
That's usually a big one for me. Where I have the ADHD and the tism bit, I want to get it done, want to get it done quick, want to get it done now. It was like I was telling you all off camera a little bit ago. We're setting up for this event, and I'm having anxiety because everything's done, and it's not a train wreck.
I think we can attest it's a train wreck, but it's a train wreck in the right direction.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful train. It's not a beautiful train.
We're still on the track.
Yeah, absolutely. There are no mistakes.
Yeah. Well,
Lessons.
yeah. But like, we need lights. It's dark in here. I forgot the lights.
I gotcha.
So, if Spirit Mechanics was a vehicle, what would it be and why?
Oh my God.
I know. This has been a hard one all day.
See, I thought it was easy. It's breathing.
When we first started, it was the Mystery Machine.
Of course.
It was the Mystery Machine when we first started, and then we had the thought of the Impala with all the shit in the back, and then now it's more of a I'd say a tricked out Astrovan with aluminum. Yeah, the shag carpet and
Got the soft sticker on the back.
Yeah, the chick on the side though. The chick on the side riding a
The
tiger.
airbrush, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this one's for MJ.
Yes.
How in awe are you of my six pack?
I am in total awe. Until I saw that, I was like, all I could live by was what I saw
I
in
understand.
books and pictures. And now it's like,
You know what? Put in the work.
yeah, yeah.
You created muscles that don't even exist.
I
Yeah.
really
Yeah, that one.
I need to circle the nipples. Question. How intimidated are you by my luscious 8-pack?
I'm gonna get intimidated by mice.
But
All it would have made me go is.
Yeah.
So coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
By a lot.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Night owl.
Tarot over oracle?
I'm just beginning, and Oracle is what?
I like oracle better too. Because
Yeah.
tarot is just too much for me to remember right now.
Yeah.
Yes. I like both, and I see the usefulness of both.
Right. I want to learn the tarot eventually.
Yes,
I'm
me
just
too.
not there yet. Ooh, what's your favorite comfort food?
I have a ritual every Friday. I go to a local Chinese restaurant in the town that I live in, and I eat the same meal. It's
chicken nuggets.
It's chicken, but it is like it's rice, chicken, and mixed vegetables, and they have like this breadcrumb chicken that's supposed to be served with peanut sauce.
Yeah.
Like a crusted chicken.
But I don't like their peanut sauce. I usually drown everything in soy sauce, and that's my meal. And then they have like crab ragoons, and then I'll have like their fried potatoes. And that's usually, I eat probably 10 pounds of chicken in a sitting. That's my comfort meal.
Okay.
Wow.
Or chicken and dumplings.
That's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Homemade, not
yeah.
I can't deal with sheets. They've got to be the big ones.
Yeah.
Next time Mom makes them, because she makes them all the time, homemade, I'll bring you some.
Have a party at MJ's house again.
Yeah.
Speaking of, how awesome is it living in your awesome house?
Oh, I love my house. It is my sanctuary. It is all of my crazy things that I've picked up over the years, and they just fit. And it's somewhere I can come home and I'm just relaxed. This is my kingdom, my castle, so to speak, and it's like I can just relax and just be me, I don't have to be corporate. I don't have to be this. I don't have to be that. I can just lounge around in my pajamas and go.
Honestly
Yeah.
enough, that's how I feel with Scarefest. No, I go to Scarefest usually, and it's like, all right, I can let the mask off.
Yeah.
Right. And fully be. I'm around a bunch of people who are either half naked, wearing weird costumes, or celebrities that I don't know. That I know, though they're from their work, but I don't know them.
Right, they're not paying attention.
And I can still walk down there, 10 foot tall and bulletproof, like I own the bitch. And I don't have the arrogance of that, but it's like, all right, cool. I can finally
relax.
You're home.
I'm in my space.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been asking the hard-hitting questions, due to our journalistic integrity. So I'm gonna put you both on the spot.
Okay.
Best interview ever,
Mm-hmm.
or the greatest interview ever?
Most awesome.
I've had a lot. I've had a lot of
And this one is which one of those two? I know it's so hard.
It's best.
It's so hard.
It's best. It's not the greatest. It's best.
Okay.
Since this is my only interview ever, it's the greatest.
It is the greatest. You know what? I agree with both of you.
I think it's now.
You know what? The one thing I think we're really known for is how humble we are.
Most humble.
Laid back and
Not
just not really, want to just kind of blend into the backgrounds.
Yeah.
No coffee waves.
No.
Don't want to stand out because we want to put everyone else out.
You
Fine.
just melt into the peanut butter.
We're in the back.
We like to,
Not out on the front line.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I tripped over you a few times already. I didn't feel all.
It's being on the front lines.
I know, but someone's got to do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I let Steve show to me for a while. We did it together forever. Like, done with that part. I think I'll be behind the camera. I'll take the pictures.
Okay. So follow-up question.
Sure.
Great director or greatest director?
Neither. I'm adequate.
I happen to think you did a great job for as many, hiccups as we've had, and more my poor internet just, throwing some monkey wrenches in there, but you did really good and did a lot of flying by the seat of your pants, and did just.
It's a lot of figuring it out while you're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I love that. That's part of my life.
Yeah.
It's stressful. How do I get them on the fucking phone call? No. I want to do that. With a little small, silent voice, actually.
Yeah.
Why don't you just have them go into Discord? How do you do that?
And then the light did come on.
It's listening to those that are speaking.
All right. All right. Final question.
Sure.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, hell.
I've been asked that a lot.
I need to watch it again to make sure that it is as good as I remember it. But it is a remake of a 60s horror movie.
Okay.
House on Haunted Hill.
Oh, I love that one.
I like the remake. I haven't watched the original.
The original's not as good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Vincent Price.
Yeah, me too.
But that one's not that great.
Yeah.
I never watched it. I need to watch it. But that's probably my top 10. I mean, I am a definite Friday the 13th fan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The House of
I
Haunted
like.
Hill, though, I'm definitely a fan.
I like. I actually sat down with my youngest, and we watched. She's 14, and we watched Halloween 1 and 2.
Okay.
Classics.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 was no.
Does that have nothing to do with
No.
anything else?
Like that was horrible.
Yeah.
It was a good movie, but it had nothing to do with
If it had a different name, it would have
right.
it would have placed by itself.
What
But
I was
because
told
it
when I
was
was younger
associated,
was that originally they were going to do each Halloween movie as a different theme, and then the third one was the witches or whatever. But if that was the case, then why did you do Michael Myers as the second one?
Yeah.
You started out, he did well.
It was a different director,
right? And you went to through a different direction, which is fine. But
messed me up. Messed me up about switching 1 to 2. Was her hair was different.
because it was shorter, so she had to wear a wig.
I'm like, I understand it's a different director. Quit giving him that much screen time, because in the first one it was supposed to be suspenseful. You're seeing things from his perspective. Like the little girl was actually losing her damn mind. Like, call fucking cops. There is a strange guy looking into your bedroom window. Call the police. Anyway,
that's funny. All right. Well, I think that is all of our questions.
Okie dokie.
And we'll just go with the greatest interview ever.
Okay.
I think we're in a mutual agreement. That's what this was.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Yay. Thank you, everyone watching.
Yep.
Please.
We're taking a 15-minute break, and then the live comes on, the auction.
Auction.
So
stay tuned.
Stay
There's
tuned.
some cool stuff that we have in there for you.
And now you can go pee.
Exactly.
We can all go pee.
That's true.
Oh, we could pee together. That would be cool. Like